G'day Alma family, Simo from the Alma here today. The Alma does a monthly pizza project where it's our chance to give back to the community. Today, local South Australian legend, Chris McDermott here from the Little Hero Foundations. Chris, welcome mate. If you'd like to give us a bit of background on what inspired you personally to get a charity like the Little Hero started.
Absolutely, I mean 25 years we've been around for. It all started because of footy days, and Tony McGuinness and I started what was then the McGuinness-McDermott Foundation after we met a couple of young boys, Nicholas and Nathan, both had cancer and were really sick and unwell. Unfortunately they passed away, and I guess we got exposed to the Women's and Children's Hospital and how undermanned facilities were at the hospital in those days in comparison to the rest of the country. So we had a real desire to do something about that. Started quite organically and has grown into a bit of a monster. The name has changed from McGuinness-McDermott to Little Heroes. We've raised over 35 million in those sort of 24 years and pretty well done projects at the Women's and Children's Hospital. Have broadened from cancer to serious illness. So it's gone through quite an evolution, but it's still pretty strong today.
How does Little Heroes help these little kids that are suffering?
I guess in the early days we got to see how behind the times the Women's and Children's Hospital was. So if you had cancer, you pretty well went and sat in an old lounge chair. Just the facilities were poor. So we wanted to bring it up to speed with the rest of the country. We thought that was probably only fair. So we did that. Then we bought MRI machines. We've been able to then put all those facilities under one roof, the Michael Rice Centre. So it just made it more accessible for all the nurses and more functional for the hospital. We put a rehabilitation centre in there, so after kids had been through treatment and had come out the other end, they could learn to, some of them needed to learn to walk again, use their reflexes again, so they're all things that they needed to do just to be able to live a normal life at the end. So it wasn't just let's remove the cancer, but let's do the job properly, as effectively, efficiently as we possibly can, and then have a good outcome at the end. So we got really outcome driven.
Women's and Children's Hospital plays a special part in my life. For me and my wife, our little boy Harley, who's 4.5, was born as a micro-prem. He was born at 25 weeks.
Wow.
580 grams and wasn't expected to live. And we stayed in Women's and Children's for 122 days. I watched a little 580 gram boy grow into a 3 kilo baby that we could take home, and he's now 4.5. But the Women's and Children, from the doctors through to the nursing staff, are absolute superheroes. They changed our life forever. We're indebted to them for life. It's a credit and something should be very proud of. So for me personally and my wife, and for little Harley, thanks mate.
Well, I think that's a really, to hear the story is great affirmation that what we've done is what is needed. I think we wanted to have the facilities available for South Australians especially, because that is where we are, that they didn't have to go to Sydney or go to Melbourne or be transferred and then go through all the challenges that presents, not just but for the family, but money-wise and health-wise for everybody. So it was really important for us from day one that we had the best facilities here, so that the best jobs could be done for our kids and our families, and that we weren't behind the rest of the country. I just always felt that was unfair, and we just wanted it to be fair for everybody, and hopefully we've been able to contribute in some small way, and stories like that are just fantastic because it's what it's all about.
I don't think anyone can, until you've actually lived it, until you understand it. I know the hopeless feeling I used to feel of not being able to be there and help my son.
Yeah, well that's, without interrupting, the hope is was where we started 25 years ago. Is sort of a word we often use because that's all we wanted to give.
Yeah.
Because a lot felt hopeless and like there's nothing, and to give people hope was enormous, was great. It was really gratifying to say that you've just given us hope, and I think in the end that's all you can probably do.
Mate, you've most certainly done that. So I guess from our perspective, you know, here at the Alma Community Pub, Little Heroes Foundation, for me personally, to make sure that we can drive it here at the pub, our pizza project for this month, we're going to donate $2 from every pizza sold. And team, we need to sell a tonne all right, bleep that out. So make sure that you get around the Alma. It's coming into footy finals. We all know the Crows won't be there. There's plenty of other good footy teams to watch. But our pizza project this month, guys, and we'll get Chef Tyler here, part of the team of the Alma. Thanks, Chef. Wake up in front of the boys.
Thank you, Chef. Magnificent.
Happy to carb load here. So our pizza project this month is a crispy sage and garlic 5-cheese pizza. $2 to every single pizza this month here at the Alma. On behalf of the Alma, mate, and I know I speak for everyone here, thanks, Chris. Thanks for coming in today. Please, mate.
I encourage everybody to come in over the next month. Enjoy footy finals, enjoy some magnificent pizza, and know that your contribution to the Little Heroes Foundation will put to a very, very worthy project coming up soon. So keep your eye out for us, and thank you very much once again.